guys, and welcome back. Today I'm going to be testing out something that I've been curious about for a while. I've seen some people rave over these brushes and decided to get a collection of these brushes and test them out for you to see if they're actually worth the hype, if they're worth that high price tag, because these are not cheap. I got a set of 8 brushes to try out, and I have washed them. I don't ever use my brushes without washing them first. So I have washed them, so I have touched them, but I have not used them on my face yet. So today we're going to talk about Rephr brushes, and I'm going to take my makeup off and we're going to apply makeup and use these. But let me run through what brushes I got. So in the set that I got, there are these eye brushes. I have the number 9, yeah, which is a very, very small flat liner brush, maybe. Very, very tiny bristles, like so short. And then there is a number 3. This is a pencil brush. It is a very soft pencil brush. It has a nice flex, but it's still stiff enough to put some color on. Then I have the number 1 brush, which is a blending brush, and this feels so soft. I haven't used it on my eyes yet, but it looks like a nice general blending brush. We have the number 2 brush. This is a flat shader. It's a little bit more fluffy though. Again, very, very soft. And then the last eye brush I have is a number 12 brush. This is just a very small round brush. So I would use this for like the inner corner or even the lower lash line. So I have 2 that I could use on the lower lash line, 2 different sizes. So those are the eye brushes. And here are the face brushes. Now I don't know what these are all like designed or intended to be used for. So I'm just gonna use them however I feel like I would use it for. But the first one I have is the number 5 brush. This one is pretty soft and pretty loose. It's not a super dense brush. This looks like it would be really good for blush, maybe even a little bit of a contour or powder under the eyes. It's nice and soft, so it would not pack on too much color at once. And then this one is a little bit more dense. This is the number 24 brush. I don't know what this is designed for. It's a pretty dense brush. It looks like it would be a fluffy kind of contour brush, but it's pretty dense. So I could almost even use this for foundation. I'm not sure what it's for, but it's very, very rounded. I don't have a brush this shape and this density. So it'll be interesting to see what I end up using this for. And then I have the number 30 brush, and this is just a big, soft, fluffy powder brush. This is definitely just for powder. I don't know that I could use this for like bronze or anything. It's pretty big, it's powder brush. First of all, the construction of these, the bristles themselves are insanely soft. Touch, these feel like the softest brushes that I own. So comparing it to my BK Beauty bristles, I feel like it's even softer. Like the BK Beauty ones are pretty stinking soft. Just feeling them, I feel like they are just a little bit silkier. The bristles are definitely very, very soft. The construction of the handles, however, I don't know if you can hear the material that the handles are made out of. They're not as high quality as I thought, or like heavy. They're pretty lightweight. Again, I'm going to compare it to the BK Beauty one that I have. This one, the handle just feels a little bit more luxe and it feels a little more sturdy. This, I do love the all black MAC. It's very pretty. And there's nothing wrong with the handle. It's totally fine. And I'm sure it's going to last just fine. It didn't feel like what I was expecting for how expensive they are. Just compare the feel of the BK Beauty to the Rephr, and the handles just feel a little bit nicer on the BK Beauty. So, but the bristles are softer on the Rephr. So we're gonna see how these perform. Again, I haven't used them yet, so I'm going to put on a full face of makeup, try to use all these brushes. And then at the end, I'm going to share a brush that I have that is an inexpensive brush that I feel is very comparable. When I felt these, I'm like, that reminds me of this specific brush. So I'm gonna bring that out at the end and share with you what that is. But first of all, I'm gonna wash this off and let's put on some makeup with these brushes. Okay, so I'm gonna prime my face first. and putting 2 different primers on because I'm currently testing out 3 primers to put head to head. So there will be a video coming soon on these 3 primers, but I'm still comparing them all kind of side by side and up against each other. So ignore the fact that I'm using 2 different primers on 2 different sides of my face. I'm still testing. Just so alike, so similar. I want to know what this brush is designed for before this one's the one that confuses me, the 24. So Rephr, how do you spell you? This one is a sumptuous cheek brush that's incredibly soft with substantial structure and density, designed for pigmented application of blush, bronzer, highlight, and buffing foundation. So there is that. Number 5 brush is a ultra soft cheek brush that will instantly elevate your face makeup in a luxurious way. The flagship cheek brush has been a community favorite since its debut. It's designed for blush, powder, highlight, bronzer applications. Are these natural hair bristles? Handmade in Japan by master artisans using uncut natural hair. I didn't know that. I thought they were synthetic for some reason. That's why they're so soft? That makes sense. Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the dense one to blend out my foundation. I'm gonna use the Merit foundation. Actually, I'm gonna use the Westman Atelier today because I'm trying to make sure I use this one too because it's expensive and I need to use it. I've used that much of it so far. So if you missed my Merit versus Westman Atelier video, I will link that below so you can see how they compare. But I'm gonna go ahead and use this. Swipe it all over the face. It always looks gorgeous to begin with. And I'm gonna try this brush to blend it out. I usually use my Merit number 1 brush, but we're gonna try this. Hair sticking to my face. It's an interesting, like, density. It's dense, and then it flexes really well. So soft. I'm not really sure how I'd use this brush because it works. Wow. It like doesn't stick to the, like, this looks like it's still clean. That's kind of crazy. Build up just a little bit more. That is so weird. There's like nothing on the brush. I don't think I've ever used natural hair bristle brushes. I think I've always used synthetic. So this is interesting. Kind of like that though. It looks very smooth. It worked really well. Okay, so good start. I don't know that I would reach for it over my Merit, although it's really crazy that it looks so clean still. Put a little bit of concealer on, and I'm gonna use the same brush. I'm just gonna see if it works with my liquid product too, because it might be good for liquid foundation. I don't know. Yeah, I think this brush would be ideal for a powder foundation, like packing on a powder foundation, buffing in a powder foundation. And I just don't really use powder foundations, so I'm not sure what I'll end up using this specific brush for, but let's actually go ahead. I'm going to take the Laura Geller Balance and Brighten Color Correcting Foundation in Porcelain, and I'm going to pick up a little bit of that, and I'm just going to put this to set under the eyes. I might, let's see here. Yeah, I think that's what this brush would be best for, is powder foundation, or if you want to pack on a bunch of powder, but it's insanely soft again. Let me brush this through my brows real quick. This is the Merit, I forget what it's called. It's their brow pomade gel thing. It's like 1980 something. I don't remember what it was called, but it's in the shade brown. This is my quick and easy go-to product. So brows are done. I think this is going to be my most versatile brush that I have for the face. This is the number 5, and I think I want to start with a little bit of bronzer. I'm gonna use the Flower Beauty Heat Wave in Sunrise L1.
Does he need to come with me? Or is he...
Hi, baby. This bronzer is very pigmented and it's one that it blends fine, but I always have to be a little more careful. And this brush, oh, okay. I like this one. That last brush, I was like, not like the style for me, but this one is beautiful. Oh, it is so soft. Just blends out like a dream. I like this. I would probably use this for bronzer, blush, and highlight, just all of it with that one brush. I think I'm gonna take this giant stinking powder brush because I don't really need any powder. I think I'm gonna put it into my Jouer blush right here. And this might be, you know, crazy, but I'm gonna, bless you, put a little bit of blush on with this giant powder brush because I can. This is not what I would use every day for blush, but it works. Okay, so the base products are done, and so far I am liking the brushes. They're impressing me more than I thought they would, but let's see how they perform on the eyes because I feel like eye brushes are one of the most important in my routine to have a nice eye brush to blend the shadow out nicely. So first, I'm gonna put on a little gloss just so my lips aren't bare. This is the Tower 28 in Cashew. I like this gloss, but I don't love it. It feels nice, but it has a weird smell to me. I don't know. It's not one I enjoy reaching for, but okay, let's see. I want to do like a colorful look to like test these because just putting like bronzer in the crease is not going to test them. So let's go bold. We're going to use some Profusion today because I have not dug in these. And like this one I've used quite a bit, but these two, I don't even know if I've used them. Wanderlust and Enchanted. Enchanted doesn't have any matte shades, so I think we're gonna go with Wanderlust. They actually have a brush in here, which is kind of funny. This actually feels like fairly good quality, but the handle feels very similar to the Rephr handle. Like they've got that same, like it looks the same. The handles look the same. So yeah, they feel like the exact same thing. So this Profusion cheap palette with the brush, the handle feels the same as the Rephr. So that's kind of weird to me. I don't know why they put such, I'm not saying they're cheap handles, but it just feels cheap to me. I don't know. I've never used the Profusion brush, but interesting. Okay, I'm gonna put this here. Blending brush number 1, and let's see, I need a mirror because this has no mirror. I'm gonna, what colors? I feel like we should like go with purples, pinks right here. What do you think? Yeah, but let's start with just a little bit of brown in the crease. So I'm gonna start with Coast. That is definitely a soft feel on the eyes. There's no poking, no scratching. It holds on to enough shadow, picks up nicely. I'm gonna go under the lash line just a little bit with it. Okay, so we're gonna get a little bit bold so I can test all these brushes. I'm gonna go in with Retro. It is a more blue toned purple and I'm curious. So with that right here. Oh, that's pretty. That is so pretty. Okay, I'm gonna take the a little bit more pink shade in Go Girl. I'm gonna put that more up here in the crease area. Curious to see how well they wash, like the color comes off. So I may do that after this. What I want to do next is take the number 12 brush, and I'm going to take that same pink shade and run it along my lower lash line. My eyes started watering over here, so this is now getting patchy. So next I'm going to take the number 2. This is the shader brush, and I'm going to go into, let's go into Gravity. This looks really pretty. See how this packs on color without getting it wet first. So, and again, this is a, oh, that's pretty. That is a gorgeous shade. This eye look looks like I used the Norvina palette. ABH Norvina 4. This looks like that. That is really, really pretty. So now I'm going to take the little pencil brush number 3, and I'm going to go into the retro. We're going to go into retro right here. I'm going to go along this lower lash line. That is soft. I can barely feel it touching my eye. Okay, and then I need a lighter pink shade, so I'm actually going to go into the Wild Greens palette, like Lo-Fi. I've actually really been enjoying this particular shade. I'm going to take that and blend out this top edge. Blend all that around. Should blend it everywhere. Okay, I'm going to take my Vanity makeup palette, and I'm going to take the tiniest brush I've ever seen in 29, and I'm going to go in the black shade right here. We're just going to kind of smudge this on the lash line up here. Oh, this is a great liner brush. See if it can wing. This would be really good for gel liner. I just love how tiny it is. That is gorgeous. That got intense. So I just fixed it with the Norvina Volume 1 palette. It got intense, but there's that. So that got away with me. Put some mascara on, and hopefully this won't look too crazy. So that eyeshadow look got out of hand really quick. I don't think I've ever had wings this big. So yeah, there is that. But it's not really about the makeup. It's not really a tutorial. This is all about testing out the brushes. And I want to say that I blended a lot with this brush, and I kept adding more shadows and blending. And normally when I do this much eyeshadow, my eye does start to get irritated from the brush. It did not with this. This is insanely soft, and you can blend all day and it's not going to irritate your eyes. So that is one very good plus for the eyeshadow brush. Definitely enjoyed that. Do they apply eyeshadow any better than my other brushes? I'm going to say no. They're not like outstanding. I actually was more impressed with the face brush number 5. This, for some reason, made my bronzer so easy to put on. So I think this is probably my favorite of all of the brushes. I definitely love that this is so soft and doesn't irritate my eyes. So I'm definitely going to keep using this. But again, this is my first time using them. I don't know how well they hold up. I did have the big powder. Where are you? I did have the big powder brush shed a few hairs on me, so I don't know if that's just a few that were loose that it won't continue to shed after, I don't know. But anyways, I did enjoy these. Are they worth the heavy price tag? I say if you want some Rephr brushes to have Rephr brushes, then yeah, they're great. But I don't know that they're the best on the market. They are soft. They are insanely soft. They are probably the softest ones I've felt. When I felt these brushes, specifically This big fluffy powder brush. I thought of a brush that I already own that's from Ulta. This is an Ulta brush, Ulta Beauty brush. This was their Harry Potter collection, and this is the Deathly Hallows one, but I have the set. But just the softness, they feel almost identical. This one's more dense than this. Like, I'm not comparing these brushes the same, but the bristles themselves. I understand that this one is natural hair and this one's synthetic as far as I know, but they feel so similar. These are like the softest, most inexpensive brushes that I've had, and I love these. I have the eye brush, I have where is the wand. It's a little bitty smudger brush. All of these are insanely soft. So I'm gonna try out some more Ulta Beauty brushes to see if the rest of their brushes are like this, or if it was just this specific collection, because you can't get this anymore. But I'm so happy to have this. And yeah, I like the Rephr brushes a lot, but I don't think that you have to have them. There are definitely other brushes on the market, but if you have a problem with brushes irritating your skin, then yes, try these brushes. They are amazing. Yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for this video. I would love to know if you've tried Rephr brushes and what you think of them. Worth it to you, because I know there are some people that this is like all they want to use now. So I'm going to continue to test them, and my next video that I film will be my winter makeup wrap up. So I'm going to talk about these in there after I've used them a few more times. But that's going to be it for this one, guys. If you did enjoy this, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already and want to see future videos, hit that subscribe button down below. I'll see you guys next time. Stay gorgeous. Bye. Eyeshadow's insane. Like, this does not look like me. Okay.